Good morning, everybody. So it's like 6 in the morning. Everybody's asleep. And I am just reminiscing on the last few days. It's been a bunch of crazy days. And we've been super busy hiking and adventuring and finding new trails and off-roading. And so I have lots to update people on. But one of the really cool things we did last week before we left up north was I was able to take my kids who had never seen my mother's grave to see her grave and tell them about her. And that was super fun for me because I think there was nothing more in this world than grandchildren that she wanted. And so she has them, and she's their angel grandma. And a couple days later, I was so fortunate as to my earthly fill-in mother and family, we were all able to meet up. So they've had a whole lot of grandma and grandma love and grandma stories and stuff in the last week. And so that's been super fun, and we got to make a lot of new memories. And one of the things that my mother had us read at her funeral was a poem called When Tomorrow Starts Without Me. And as I was sitting there looking at her grave and the beauty of it, it has the passage on the back with her signature that says, "I have fought the good fight, I have run the race well, I have finished the faith," or I'm not exactly sure the order without reading it, but I've kept the faith. So it is, I have run the race well, I have kept the faith. Oh, now it's going to drive me crazy. Nonetheless, she was remarkable, and I just hope to emulate with my children the amazing upbringing that she gave me in those few short years that she could. So this poem is still, when I think of my mom, probably one of my favorites. And it was written by David Romano, and so I'm just going to read it to you. And I hope you enjoy it. When tomorrow starts without me. When tomorrow starts without me, and I'm not here to see, if the sun should rise and find your eyes all filled with tears for me. I wish you wouldn't cry the way you did today, while thinking of the many things we did not get to say. I know how much you love me, as much as I love you. Each time that you think of me, I know you will miss me too. When tomorrow starts without me, please try to understand that an angel came and called my name and took me by the hand. The angel said my place was ready in heaven far above, and that I would have to leave behind all those I dearly loved. But when I walked through heaven's gates, I felt so much at home. When God looked down and smiled at me from his golden throne, he said, "This is eternity and all I promised you. Today for life on earth is done, but here it starts anew. I promise no tomorrow, for today will always last, and since each day's the exact same way, there is no longing for the past. So when tomorrow starts without me, do not think we're apart, for every time you think of me, remember I'm right here in your heart." This is something that was read that day, and it rings true in my head. I feel as the distance of the day she died gets further away, the grief has changed. It is no longer absolute sorrow. It is the, what can I carry with me? What can I pass on? How can I honor her legacy? I live the life I do now, trying to allow my children to experience everything that she never got to. The one thing she told me, or made me promise her when she was dying, was to remember that life is short. she died when she was 39, and I am almost 35 years old, and so it's like life is short. My children are growing super fast, and I want them to see the world, and I want them to know the beauty that they live in, and I want them to make memories and not wait for tomorrow, not wait till they're older, not wait till I'm older, not wait till I'm retired. So we made a way. And whatever you're battling today, or whoever you're missing, or whatever you think is impossible, there's probably a way. Don't give up. Figure out how to make the way, because it's worth it. Have a great morning, y'all.